I was dead for 12 minutes. My heart completely stopped. The doctors said I should have brain damage. They called it a miracle that I'm here talking to you right now. But the real miracle? What I saw when I was gone? Hi, I'm Abby Miller. I'm 14 years old. And what I'm about to tell you changed everything about how I see the world, especially our phones. It was pouring rain that day, October 17th. Mom was driving me to volleyball practice, squinting through the windshield, asking me to check the directions because she couldn't see the exit. Abby, can you please look up where we need to turn? She kept asking. But I was too busy watching this dance trend on TikTok. So annoying, right? Like, I'll check in a minute, Mom. My little brother Jake was next to me, totally zoned out on his Switch. Then everything happened so fast. The semi-truck appeared out of nowhere. Mom screamed. Jake's game went flying. Our SUV spun across 3 lanes, flipping 3 times before stopping. The sound of metal crushing and glass breaking is something I'll never forget. Then silence, but I wasn't gone. Somehow I was floating above our mangled car. I could see everything. The ambulance lights flashing, people running, the rain still pouring down, but I couldn't feel it. I watched paramedics pull my body out. My favorite blue volleyball shorts were torn. My face was covered in blood. Mom was hysterical, fighting against a firefighter who was holding her back. Jake was already in an ambulance. Mom, I'm right here, I'm okay. I tried to yell, but she couldn't hear me. That's when everything got really bright. The ambulances, the highway, Mom screaming my name. It all started fading away. I felt myself being pulled through what felt like a tunnel of light. And that's when I saw him. Jesus was standing there, and let me tell you, he looks nothing like those Sunday school pictures. He was, how do I even describe it? Light poured from him, but somehow I could still see his face clearly. His eyes, they looked straight through me, like he knew every mean text I'd ever sent, every TikTok I'd ever posted, every thought I'd ever had. But he still loved me, completely. When he smiled at me, I felt like I was finally home. Not like our house in Riverdale, something deeper, something real. Abby? He said my name, and it sounded like music. His voice wasn't loud, but it filled everything around us. I started crying. Not sad tears, but the kind where you feel everything at once. All the love I'd ever wanted and peace I never knew I needed. Am I dead? I asked him. For a little while, he said gently. But I have something important to show you first. He reached out his hand, and when I took it, suddenly we were somewhere else. It looked like a massive room with thousands of screens floating in the air. Each screen showed kids, some my age, some younger, some older, all staring down at phones or tablets or computers. What is this? I asked. Jesus looked sad. This is what I see every day. These are the children I love, but they cannot hear me anymore. As we walked through this room, I could see closer. Each screen showed someone hunched over, mindlessly scrolling. Their eyes looked empty. But the creepiest thing was these dark shadow figures around each person, whispering into their ears. What are those? I whispered, moving closer to Jesus. The enemy's workers, he said. They speak lies through the screens. He brought me to one screen showing a girl about my age. She was crying while scrolling through Instagram. Around her neck was what looked like a heavy chain, and her phone was hanging from it. The shadows were adding more links to the chain with every swipe of her finger. Her name is Emma, Jesus said. She believes she's worthless because she doesn't look like the filtered images she sees. She spends 6 hours every day comparing herself to lies. I felt sick because that was me too. Just last month, I'd spent an entire night crying in my bedroom because Zoe posted pictures from her birthday party that I wasn't invited to. 3 hours of scrolling through everyone's perfect lives, feeling worse with every post. Jesus touched the screen, and I could hear Emma's thoughts. Nobody would care if I wasn't here anymore. Look how happy everyone else is. But that's not true, I said, and people would care. You understand, Jesus said quietly, but she cannot hear the truth anymore. The voices from her screen are too loud. We moved to another screen. A boy, maybe 12, was playing this super violent game. With each kill, the shadows around him grew bigger. He looked pale with dark circles under his eyes. He hasn't slept more than 4 hours a night for 3 years, Jesus explained. These games are designed to keep him there, to make him need them. His parents don't know he plays until 3 a.m. every night. His anger is growing. His ability to feel compassion is shrinking. I thought about Jake and how he'd thrown his controller at me last week when Mom made him turn off his game for dinner. Jesus showed me more screens. Kids sending cruel messages while laughing. Girls taking inappropriate pictures for attention. Boys watching violent and sexual stuff that made the shadows dance with excitement. Everywhere, phones and tablets glowing like little prisons. Abby, Jesus said, turning to me, do you know how many hours you've spent looking at a screen in your life? I shook my head. He waved his hand and I saw what looked like an hourglass, but instead of sand, it was filled with moments of my life I'd never get back. I saw myself sitting on the couch while my grandma tried telling me stories about her childhood, but I was watching YouTube. I saw hundreds of sunsets I'd missed because I was taking selfies instead of actually looking at them. I saw myself ignoring Jake when he wanted to play because I couldn't pause my TikTok scrolling. 8,422 hours, Jesus said quietly. That's how much of your life was given to a screen. I did the math in my head. That was over a year of my life. Gone. But everyone does it, I whispered, feeling ashamed. Yes, Jesus said, and that's why I'm showing you this. The enemy has found a way into every home, every bedroom, every mind without anyone noticing. Parents give their children these devices. Without understanding, they're handing them poison in small, addictive doses. Then Jesus showed me something that broke my heart. He showed me hundreds of moments where he had tried to speak to me, when I was alone in my room, walking to school, lying in bed at night. Times when he was there, wanting to comfort or guide me. But every single time I'd reached for my phone instead. I'd chosen the noise over his voice. The greatest trick, Jesus said, was making everyone believe they're connected when they're actually more alone than ever. Tears streamed down my face. I'm sorry, I said, I didn't know. Jesus put his arm around me. This is why you're seeing this, Abby, because others need to know. Then he showed me one more scene. It was our living room, but different. My family was playing a board game, no phones in sight, everyone was laughing. Outside, it was raining just like the day of the accident, but inside it was warm and bright. I could almost smell Mom's cookies baking. This could have been tonight, Jesus said softly. My heart felt like it was breaking. I never realized how much I'd missed by staring at a screen. Abby, Jesus said, your time here isn't finished. You have an important message to share. But I don't want to go back, I said, and I meant it. Being with him felt so good, so right. I want to stay with you. He smiled that smile that made me feel completely loved. I'm always with you, Abby, but your family needs you, and others need to hear what you've seen. Will they listen? I asked. Some will, he said, and that's enough to start changing things. He touched my forehead, and suddenly I felt myself being pulled back, away from his light, through the tunnel again, faster and faster. Then pain, so much pain. Beeping machines, bright hospital lights, someone yelling, "She's back, we've got a pulse." I gasped for air, my chest burning like I'd swallowed fire. My whole body hurt. I couldn't move my left leg. There was a tube down my throat. The doctors called it a miracle. They said my heart had stopped for 12 minutes. They said I should have brain damage, but all my tests came back normal. They couldn't explain it. Mom cried for 3 days straight. Dad, who had been away on a business trip, refused to leave my hospital room after he arrived. Jake made me a card that said, "Best sister ever," even though I'd been pretty mean to him lately. When they finally took the breathing tube out, the first thing I said was, "Where's my phone?" Mom looked surprised. "Honey, it was destroyed in the crash." And I started crying, not because I missed my phone, but because I was relieved it was gone. It took weeks before I could tell them everything I'd seen. At first, I was afraid they wouldn't believe me, but something had changed in me, and they could see it. The first night home from the hospital, I asked everyone to put their phones in a basket. Then I told them about Jesus, about the screens, about the shadows, about all the moments we'd lost. I told them how the devices we think keep us connected are actually tearing us apart. Dad cried. I'd never seen him cry before. That was 6 months ago. Our house is different now. We have a phone box that all devices go into during family time. We started playing board games on Friday nights. Mom deleted most of her social media apps. Dad stopped bringing his laptop home from work. Jake still plays games, but with a timer and mostly ones we can play together. The hardest part was going back to school and telling my friends. Some thought I was weird now. Some stopped hanging out with me because I wouldn't spend lunch periods scrolling through TikTok anymore. But some listened. My best friend Olivia deleted Snapchat after I told her what I saw. She said she'd been feeling more anxious and sad lately but couldn't figure out why. Now she's sleeping better. Her mom actually texted my mom to say thanks. I still struggle sometimes. Those apps are designed to pull you back in. Sometimes I borrow mom's phone and find myself mindlessly scrolling before I even realize what I'm doing. The habit is strong, but now I can feel when it's happening. Like Jesus opened my eyes to see the chains. If you're watching this, I want you to try something. Just for one day, put your phone away. Look at the people around you. Really look at them. Listen when they talk. Feel the sun on your face without taking a picture of it. You might be surprised by what you hear in the quiet. Jesus told me that the enemy can't create anything. He can only distort what God made. He took our need for connection and twisted it into something that actually isolates us. He took our desire to be known and loved and convinced us that likes and followers could fill that hole. They can't. They never will. I know some people won't believe my story. That's okay. But if you're a parent watching this, please hear me. Your kids need you to be brave. They need you to set boundaries they can't set for themselves. They need you to create space where God's voice can be louder than the screens. And if you're my age watching this, know that you're worth more than your follower count. Those filtered, perfect lives you see online aren't real. The shadows want you to believe you're missing out. But the truth is, real life is happening right now, all around you. And Jesus is trying to get your attention. Maybe this video is one way he's doing that. I don't have all the answers. I'm just a 14-year-old girl who died for 12 minutes and came back different. But I know what I saw, I know what I felt. And I know we can't keep living like this. Heads down, thumbs scrolling, hearts empty. Put down your phone, look up. He's waiting to show you what really matters. Because none of us know how much time we have left. And I don't want to waste another second of mine on shadows and screens. My name is Abby Miller. I died on October 17th, and Jesus sent me back to tell you,